Feeling a little art craft crazy? Hi, I'm Donna from Art Craft Crazy, and today I'm going to show you a technique using your laser printer to foil on sheets of cardstock and then cut out whatever design you want using a scan and cut machine. Don't worry if you haven't got a laser printer, I'll show you another option for that. So this is a sheet that I've printed out on my own laser printer, and I'll show you how I got it this dark later. And this is a store-bought piece of cardstock, 300 GSM. You can see the difference between the two. They both work fine. The store-bought one is ready to hot foil. It was $3.50 for 10 sheets, so it's very affordable. Now the tip is, how I get it so black is that I print them twice. And here's a sample of my home printed toner. And here's a sample of the shop bought toner. They both work perfectly well. And here's the purple is a larger piece, so it gets really good coverage. Now how we print, you just download the PDF. I've got that on my website for you. Go to File, Print. Now the printing setup is pretty important. Now I also use the black and white checkbox, and you'll see why in a second. I'll show you. So you want to be on 100% and portrait, and you want to use your laser printer. Go into advanced. You want to get the darkest print you can get. And if you've got the option there on your printer, choose 600 DPI. That just puts out more toner. And so does the black and white checkbox. It'll give you 20% more toner. So check that if you've got it available. If not, just increase your DPI and move along. And have your cardstock loaded into your printer ready to go. You can use paper for this method, or 125 GSM, 200, 300, whatever you like. Whatever project you're working on will work. So I've got my paper, well this is cardstock, for this one 200 GSM. Every printer's different. See how it's sort of not good? I turn it around, so there's going to be printing on the opposite direction, and I just put it back in and print it a second time. So just go back to your computer, File, Print. Your settings are all done from the first print, and hit the print button. It'll go through and it'll come out perfect. Because you're not lining up text or anything like that, it works perfectly well. And here it is, ready to get the foil put on it. Now for demonstration, I've made a smaller piece here. So I'm just going to foil a small piece. So cut your foil to the size of your toner. Now you always want your foil to go just a little bit over, larger than your toner piece. You don't want to get any toner whatsoever on your carrier sheet. So you put your toner, cardstock into your carrier sheet, and then your foil on top. Sandwich that into that carrier sheet, and then either put it through your ink machine or your laminator. Let that go through. Now once that's cooled down, well that's lifting itself off, so that shows it's taken very well. And just peel the top piece off, and that's foiled, ready to go. We're now going to put this through the scan and cut machine. So just get your machine ready, and when it's a smaller piece, I like to put some sticky tape on the corners, and I mean I just catch the corners very lightly. So load your mat up. Now I'm also going to use an internal pattern just to make it easier for you. And just click on the winter and scroll down and pick whatever text you want or whatever pattern or design you want. Now at this point you can also design something in Canvas or in your Windows software that Brother now has, or you can freehand something and scan it in. You can do whatever design you want and cut it out on that cardstock with the foil on it. I'm just showing you a very easy option here. So I scroll through, I select thanks. This is what it will look like when I cut it out. Here it is in the gold. I'm going to cut it out a little bit bigger than this one today. I'm just going to check the size of my foiled cardstock first and then resize it if I need to. So it's a little bit big, so I'll take it down to fit. And then click OK. Now to make sure it's going to fit in there, there's a scanning option. We've got a scan and cut. So I'll scan it in and that'll show me exactly where this foiled cardstock is on my mat. And I can go ahead and I can put that word perfectly in place. So if this was a project or something that I really needed it placed properly, I can put it in there. Now this is a little bit hard for you to see, but I can see this. So where that red square is exactly where it'll be, and it'll cut out there. You'll see it when it starts cutting. So I'm just positioning it. You can use all your commands here to move it around. I won't go into that in detail. I'm hoping you know how to use your scan and cut. So once you've got it where you want it, click cut and OK. Now this first one here, it caught a little bit on the heart, so that one was no good. I didn't use that one, so I've just adjusted my blade a tiny little bit. I lifted it up so it wasn't as long, popped it back in, and I'm going to scan it back in. And this is so that I'm not cutting it back out over the same place. I want to move my word thanks down to the bottom of that foiled cardstock so it'll cut out a second time in a different place. Now that it's scanned in, I can see exactly where not only that foiled cardstock is, I can see where the word thanks is. So when I do a close-up, I can see it and I can just move that down and it looks like this. Now I can cut knowing it's not going to cut anywhere near the first cut. That's better. It cuts perfect this time. The Scan and Cut machine does a really good job. Once you've got your speed, your pressure and your blade depth right, it is a wonderful machine and it cuts this foil perfectly. Look at that. It's beautiful. Click OK. Now I always suggest that you have a quick look to make sure that it's cut all the way through before you go ejecting it and lifting it off your mat, because you can always cut it a second time if you need to. You can go over it twice, yes. See how good it cuts? And see how beautiful this foil is? No glue, just the laser toner. The laser toner and the heat of your laminator is your glue. It cuts just as well on your smaller one. This one's a little bit smaller than the one I just cut. It's so neat and tidy, cuts beautifully. I'll show you this as well. What I've done here is I've cut out a few of these thanks in just normal cardstock. You could cut heavier cardstock. I cut 3 of them at 200 GSM. And then I glued them together. And what that will do is give me a little bit of height. If I want to use that on a card, I can have the option of gluing a few together like this. Here it is in the black, and then I can put the foiled cut on top and make it raised off the card or whatever you're putting it on, or you can put the foiled one straight down on your card. So it just gives you a little bit of variety. Just remember that I actually printed the toner on white cardstock. So if you don't want to see that white border around the word thanks and you want to put it on your black, you can just see it here. You'll need to print your toner on a black cardstock if this bothers you. I'm Donna from Art Craft Crazy. Thanks for watching and bye for now.